How's everybody doing out there? Hey, I just wanted to give you a shout out. Let me see. Okay, hope that volume's good. I just wanted to shout out and say Happy Father's Day to everybody. So all those men out there, want to honor you, whether you're fathers or father figures. I'm a father, and I have a father. Happy Father's Day, Pa. Love you. And you know, it's an interesting year for me. My daughter graduated high school, and she's going to go off to college in Hawaii, over at the University of Hawaii in Manoa. That's pretty sweet. I'm so proud of her, and thanks to all you guys who maybe saw her GoFundMe page and donated to her. That's so appreciated. Love y'all. And you know, she's doing great. She always got really good grades. She graduated on a high honor roll and everything. So super proud of her. But it also changes my role as a dad. You know, she's not going to be living with me anymore. I'm afraid I'm going to have a breakdown once I drop her off. There's all these periods in my life where I can think back of those moments where I just wanted to hold her and just squeeze her and not let her go. So probably going to have another one of them soon. Anyway, but I wanted to talk about that. What is it to be a father? What is it to be a good father? And whether we're parents or not, as men, as anybody, people are watching us. People are watching us. Children walking by, you know, people are watching our behavior all the time. I don't know what everybody does in their lives, but whether you're performing, whether you're speaking, whether you're just out and about with your friends or whatever, our actions, somebody is probably going to mirror them at some point. So what is it to be a good father? What is it to be a good man? And you know, my ideas are, you know, as a parent, let's just say, we always are gonna mess up our kids a little bit, right? Because we're all human beings. None of us are perfect on this planet. We all come with our own childhood wounds, our own baggage, and that inevitably sometimes falls onto our kids. And even if we do well sort of to their face, they watch us, they see our pain, they see our struggles, and they oftentimes carry similar struggles, I've noticed. And you know, say we make those mistakes with our children. One thing someone told me a long time ago was that it's okay to say you're sorry. And that's one thing that I feel like maybe wasn't done to me, and maybe that's not a thing. Parents, they discipline their kids, they do whatever they do, and they don't typically say they're sorry, at least not in the generation that I grew up in. But that was a big thing for me, is if I get grumpy and I act like a butt, I take ownership for that. And I let my child know, that's not you, that's me. You know what I mean? And I apologize for that. So that's one thing that I've carried into being a good parent, a good man, you know, being a good man. So I think about the warrior. We talk about that a lot in our ceremonies and just in our spiritual community, our conversations. What is it to be a warrior? And as men, that's the thing we are. Oftentimes we can identify as that, as the warrior. But what is that? And I think sometimes people have skewed that into almost giving themselves permission to have their angry side and their aggressive side and things like that, and that's our warrior nature. And maybe there's some truth to that in some cases. But what I see a warrior as is somebody who has the bravery to face themselves and to try to be better every day. And that's a hard one. You know, like I said, we all have wounds, we all have things that we bring to the table in our relationships and our interactions with people. And you know, I made a commitment a long time ago to work on myself every day, to face myself, to walk towards the fire, walk into the fire, to really hold the mirror up and really try to be the best person I can be. And boy, I can be stubborn too, just like anybody else, but to really do my best to really see what's happening, see how I affect other people, see what bad habits that I'm still carrying, and trying to do better every day. That to me is what a warrior is. And that example, and also the bravery to speak to you here now, to speak in public, to share yourself with the world without all of this language about, oh, I haven't rehearsed this thing that I'm saying, I don't speak well. And boy, I say that stuff to myself all the time. When I'm looking at myself at this stinking phone video, I'm like, oh, I get so self-conscious. Someday I'm going to make a little video blooper of all of the times I've ever had to edit a video or delete a video because I just get all jumbled up in my words. I'm much better at speaking to people in person. But really just getting to that point where you're less worried about what everybody's thinking of you, and to be brave, to be that warrior, to be that man or woman, to be brave and share yourself. I've said that before. Anyway, those are some thoughts I have on that. The other thing is I mentioned earlier, I happen to not only be a dad, but I was a stepdad with 3 different children, and even in our communities, our spiritual communities and things, I've played fatherly roles in many different instances, and that's important. Like there's a lot of children who haven't had a good father figure in their life, a good father in their life, or that maybe they're missing for whatever reason. They don't have that. And as I said earlier, whoever you are, whatever that you're doing, try to be a good example to people. Try to be a good example to the kids out there, to the young boys and girls who don't have an example of what it is to be a good man, and it's very important. So hopefully we're all doing our best to do our personal work, and really being honest with ourselves, and again, it goes back to bravery, being honest and bravery, and not to cover up all of that stuff, not wanting to look at what it is that we might have to break through to take the next step, or to let go of certain bad habits. And maybe it's our language, maybe it's some of our behaviors, maybe it's some of our addictions, to really have the bravery to be that warrior, to go through that fire, and be the best men we can be. And we owe that to our children. We owe that to our our women in this world. And lastly, I'll just say that to me, a big part of being a man is to also have the bravery to touch into our vulnerability and use the women as an example. And we have all parts in us. That's the way the universe works. You know what I mean? We have masculine, we have feminine, and the truth is, to me, it all goes back to love. And we have to learn to love ourselves so that we can learn to love others, and so that we can learn to love this earth. That's a big part of, I think, what we're all here to learn to do. So other than that, I got this upbeat rev drum song playing, and I'll just rock out a little celebration Happy Father's Day song for you all. And have a great day. Enjoy your day with your family and your loved ones. All right. all day. Happy Father's Day again. Love you guys. And subscribe to this channel if you're new to it. Take care.